call the meeting to order. Could we pause to seek guidance, please? Okay, now we will do the reading of the mission statement. To provide, promote, or facilitate municipal services that meet the community needs by preserving, supporting, and enhancing quality of life for all. Could I have approval of the agenda? Is there any additions or deletions?
I have a deletion.
Okay.
Freeport Fisherman's Wharf, we're just gonna put that off next month when we get about half the letters I want. I figure I might as well come with all the letters.
Is it under new business?
New business
Yeah.
number 6 is now been
I still have
deleted.
another. And
I have, under request for decision direction, in my report, here in the White House.
And I also want to bring forward about the YMCA, the King's Transit free ridership. You should have got an email this afternoon.
Afternoon,
Oh, okay. They called me this morning. They called me this afternoon at 2 o'clock. But it's requested.
So that's a new business item?
Yes. So YMCA. And it's they need to know the end of the week, that's why I'm bringing it forward now. Not normal. They arrived, you can go to committee level. Is there any other additions? Hearing none, would someone like to approve the agenda as amended? Is there a seconder? I think George got it in. Okay.
Doesn't matter.
All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded, motion carried. Is the minutes of February the 25th? Is there any amendments or anything that need to be done? And if not, could we have approval?
I'll move for acceptance of the minutes of February 25th.
Is there a seconder?
Second.
Rick's, I think, was on. All those in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded, motion carried. Business arising from the minutes of old business, the second and final reading of the tax exemption bylaw 2000-02, adding Freeport Community Development Association. Could I have someone move?
I'll do the second final reading of the tax exemption by law 2000-02, adding Freeport Community Development Association.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded, motion carried. The other was Canada Post CMBs.
Yeah, I saw that letter.
I gotta bring it up.
What's CMB?
That's what I can't remember. That's what I gotta look.
Community mailbox.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got a call from Greg Kerr's assistant, Arnold LeBlanc. I was good, it was the last name I didn't think of. They have been talking directly with the Canada Post. You know, they wanted to, you know, find out why things are happening. And of course, I told them about our letters that would come back. And they were going to speak to him again this week because they felt there should be another letter coming, you know, saying how they've been talking to them and, you know, they're trying to make it more cost effective for Canada Post is the bottom line. Yes.
I couldn't believe it. I was up on the back road in Marshalltown here probably 3 weeks ago. And I came up and around the corner, and they got one of these sitting right on the side of the road. I mean, it's not in a parking lot or anywhere. It's right on, it's no different than when the mailbox used to be there. Like this place, instead of being a mailbox, it's got one of these units there. So, to me, and they're talking about safety. You couldn't get off the shoulder. I mean, US facing on a dirt road, you don't have shoulders all day. But that's where they've placed it, and it doesn't make any sense at all. And I don't see where that's any safer than the individual mailboxes along that road. And so I can't get over some of the stunts they've pulled on putting these in some of the places they have. No different than the one that you referred to where there's no lighting.
Oh.
It doesn't make sense. I mean, I can understand a few changes on some of the mailbox for safety purposes, if they were legitimately in an unsafe position, that's fine. But they're not doing, I don't think it's gone beyond the safety aspect, and I think it's gone now to the point where it's an efficiency for them
It's
to try to save money. So basically, if you put these mailboxes up, you probably don't need as much manpower to deliver the mail in a rural area. And I think that's what it's boiling down to.
Cost effective.
Yeah, but not safety driven like they were trying to sell it to everybody. And I think it's gone beyond that. So,
Yeah.
I agree.
I see Martha's face going. You agree as well?
I agree, yeah.
Just convenient excuse.
cool. So are we waiting now for?
There is gonna be another letter coming, so
Okay.
I'm waiting. It should be from Canada Post as well, through, what they have discussed with Great
That's
Coat.
great for the customer.
He is back doing some. These is what we're doing. Now, from old business or business arising from the minutes, Councilor Manzer?
Burns Hill property, wasn't, I didn't see anything in our reports. Was there anything, wasn't it supposed to be by mid-March or something, a proposal then?
There's been some development on that, which, some of it has to be discussed in camera, and then we will hopefully have a decision
Good.
on that.
Anything else?
No.
Councilor Tudor?
One more thing.
Councilor Evans? Deputy Warden McAlpine?
No, it's fine.
And nothing for me. The next is new business. The BNS borrowing resolution number 1 and 2, municipalities school board. And that has been sent. A copy of it was sent out.
This is an annual borrowing resolution that's a requirement in the bank, so there's two.
I'll move that we adopt the borrowing resolution for $25,000. This would be for
$25,000 is to cover the user,
the Visa card.
and then
Yeah, there's another one for the $1 million.
Okay. Okay, so there's
I'll
movement. Second. All in favor? Contrary minded, motion carried. The next one.
Oh, the next one on new business is number 2, which is number.
No, there's two
Yeah,
borrowing
two.
They're
resolutions.
not together, are they?
they're not on the agenda, but they are in the, on the
Yeah.
package.
Yeah.
It's right,
They're in the pack, yeah, okay.
it's right after that one.
I'll move that we adopt the borrowing resolution, $1 million for capital needs.
Is there a seconder?
Awesome.
Any discussion?
Just for clarification, this isn't a borrowing resolution that we've ever taken. It's an annual thing in case we've ever had to use it.
Yeah,
We've
for
never had
cash.
to use it.
No, but for cash or.
Yeah, it's not, not.
Okay, if that was moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded, motion carried. The next is Ginsberg House, and it's for a grant.
I move that we put this towards the budget process.
I'll second that.
So you're asking for it to be tabled?
And the table to vote, yeah.
I want to test you do all of it.
So there's a few there.
Well, they're not directly in order though. And you seconded it? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded, motion carried. Next is Stony Grove Child Care Center funding request.
I move that we table this to the budget process.
Is there a seconder? Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded, motion carried. The next is waste check tipping fee waive. What it is for Earth Day. And you saw, I apologize for the way I did it, but I sort of circled down at the bottom because I'm a bit lazy when it comes to having to really write. And it's Clean Across Nova Scotia will take place April 19th and 22nd, 2013. We were promoting it as we have in the past, and it will coincide nicely with our annual Earth Day challenge around Earth Day on April 22nd. We are once again asking for municipal units to waive tipping fees for this two-day event for groups or individuals participating. And then they're asking us to let Waste Check know. Some had already did that, and we have done it in the past.
I so move that we waive tipping fees between April 19th and 22nd in support of Earth Day.
And is there a seconder?
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded, motion carried. Thank you, guys. The next is the Bear River VIC.
I move that we refer this to a budget process.
All in, oh, sorry.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded, motion carried. Next is the War Frat Rally request.
Well, there's two parts to that, isn't it?
Well, they're asking for 15,000,
That's the monetary piece.
yeah, and they're asking to use the airport. But I think we need to go through to the airport committee or the airport staff to make sure that it would be safe for our, I think it's something that we
You can
can't
put-
make a decision
What you
on
can do is
today.
you can put forward to the airport and they'll provide a report back. I've had some initial discussions with Gordon on this and I don't anticipate that it's gonna be a problem, but it'd be good to have a report back from the airport staff.
Well, I'd like to make the motion then that we refer this request to our airport manager and staff to give us a report back on this request.
In table 15,000.
Well, that's two, it's have to be two different motions. Is there a seconder?
I'll second.
Any discussion? So what we're asking for is a report back on the use of, using
Using the airport.
the drive, not the driveway, the
Instead of-
runway.
It is for the parking lot as
The
well.
parking lot.
Well, yes, but I meant, that's where they're gonna mainly do it.
Excuse me.
All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded, motion carried. The next is the request for their money.
I'd like to move that the request for funding be referred to a budget process.
Okay?
Second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded, motion carried. The next is the 2013
Historic Gardens.
Historic Gardens request. for funding.
I'd like to move this to our budget process for decision at that time.
Okay?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded, motion carried. Next is the Bear River and Area Community Health Clinic. I did not see when I read it and then that.
No, they
Did I miss it?
No, I
Did-
don't.
There wasn't one.
They,
So-
after the request, then there was some more information there, and
Yeah.
it had the prices of the
But
stuff.
it still didn't mean that they were asking us for the full amount or a partial amount.
Mhm.
So what I'd like to request from council is that we get clarification, if you would table it, but get clarification from Bear River Health Clinic.
And I also asked that this be referred to a budget process, so it doesn't have to come back here and be referred.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, okay, you're gonna make
Okay,
the motion.
I'll make a motion that this is referred for more information and that it goes to a budget process for decision making. Decisions.
All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded, motion carried.
And I just noticed, new business item 10 is on there twice, it was the state.
More or less, yes.
Yeah, that's correct.
Number 11 is the Sports Advisory Council, and what that is, it was really asking us to push forward for the second annual Sports Advisory Cafe that's taking place on Tuesday, April 30th at 5:30 at the Digby Curling Center. They're asking if council or members of council could attend, and they're also asking if we know of any sports groups. They can have more than one person attend. They just need to let Kara Sutherland know. And that's why it's under new business. It's for you to decide if you can
What
go.
was the date again?
April the 30th at 5:30 p.m.
I'll be good for that one.
Just please respond to Kara Sutherland, the active living coordinator, and, okay, so for those who are available.
Honesty and regrets, we're looking at doing advocacy days again, and that's the date, one of the dates that is.
I won't be able to either, this, it looks like that's gonna be the next, the public meeting on this roads
Yes,
and having.
and that's fine. I'm letting people know because I didn't want to. And the other, that new business that came today, and I'm just gonna switch over, so I apologize. And they called me at 2 o'clock this afternoon, so it's not in a, oh my gosh, I read it a while ago. Oh, here it is. And here's what it is. I asked them to write the Linda as well, you know, and it says, hello, Ms. Freight, I know, it didn't go until this afternoon. Ms. Gregory's asked that I please draw this to your attention prior to your meeting this evening. Please find attached the proposal for a pilot project to be implemented at no cost to participants at the Fundy YMCA. Friday night youth zone is scheduled to commence Friday, September the 6th, and run until Friday, December the 13th for youth 6th to 17th. The proposal is currently being considered for a funding grant via the Digby area Community Health Board, which has asked if the municipality of the District of Digby would facilitate free transportation to the program. That would be through King's Transit on Friday nights. Currently, the Fundy YMCA has secured a commitment from the County of Annapolis for same. Decisions pertaining to grants have been are being finalized by the end of this week, hence the urgency for this matter. So and I know you guys did not get a copy of this, so, and I know it's really difficult, what they are asking from us. They're not asking us for money, they're asking us that, well, they are, for free transportation on using King Transit for the youth for those Friday nights.
September to December.
Yes, Friday nights. It's called Fundy YMCA Friday Night Youth Zone will be a drop-in program offered on Friday evenings, 6 to 8:30 for ages 6 to 17 years of age at no cost. Participants will engage in a variety of organized activities with a focus on social and physical wellness. The activities will be offered in a safe and welcoming environment, thereby supporting the YMCA's holistic approach to health and core values: honesty, responsibility, inclusiveness, respect, and caring. The fitness floor, pool, and Studio One community room are areas of the facility which are to be used for this program.
Did you say there was no charge for the
There's
programs?
no charge.
No charge. So the programs are free,
Yes.
so if we grant ridership, that would be free.
Right. What they've asked, Annapolis, that has nothing either way. Annapolis has granted that. They're asking us if we would make that same concession. Yes.
I'll make the other motion that we support this initiative that the YMCA is trying to put forward on trying to foster better youth programs and from September to December of this year.
I'll second that.
Okay, discussion.
That would be from Weymouth right through to,
Weymouth through to Cornwallis.
For youth
For you,
for you.
attending
This
this program. Maritza,
I think after the presentation we just had earlier on, that the circle should be supporting healthy activity, and if they're offering this free, the least we can do is make sure that they can get there. I agree.
Deputy Warden.
Well, we've been supportive of the YMCA being there and also trying to get the youth out and be more active, and not just through there, but also through our recreation program that's operated by DART. So I see this as being a really good fit for the community, and I think it'll be something that I see this as being, no cost to us, but yet we can provide a lot of benefit to the community. The bus is already running, so it's not like it's a special trip or anything like that.
What were the times on there again, in the evening?
It's from
Right.
6
6 to 17 were the
to
ages?
8:30,
6 to 8:30.
and from ages 7 to 18. 6, sorry,
6 to 17.
6 to 17.
6 till 8:30.
And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna send everyone an email on this, because I know we don't normally make this kind of decision as quickly. Like I said, when I got the call this afternoon at 2 or around 2, I said to her, you have to send this immediately. Normally, we do not make decisions, and when she first told me it's September, I said, well, next month we're doing, she said, no, it's because we have to know before Friday to send in, trying to get the grant.
What time does the buses arrive? Is that gonna be convenient for the buses?
Yeah, it works for us.
Does-
Well, we've also had a lot of luck over the years with all these sorts of promotions, and this will familiarize the young people with the bus service. So I see it as really winning all around.
I agree. Any further discussion?
The bus leaves Weymouth at 6 o'clock. It's not gonna get
No, they would leave on the earlier bus.
4 o'clock. They're gonna get there at 5.
We'll let them in. I'm sure they'll become busy.
Well, yeah, you gotta, can't just have them hang around for 2 hours.
No, it's
Well,
the,
they're gonna keep them busy, yeah.
well,
What
I
about coming
will,
back?
Unless they
What time?
change, I don't know, but that's
It
what I'm wondering
says-
what the time is.
just a minute.
You want a 6-year-old out,
Well,
hang
assuming
around.
the parent would be with the 6-year-old,
well, I would think,
it would never go by themselves.
no.
So is parents'
It's, well,
trip also free if they're,
I'm assuming if they were taking them to the youth
Yeah.
program on the bus, it would be free for them. That would be defeating the purpose to say the child was free and you're gonna pay. It would be, to me, participating in the
Okay.
program
Yeah.
for you, but if there's a parent with the child, if it's a little child, you would expect the parent to be there. Where if I'm 17,
yeah.
it's highly unlikely my parent's gonna come with me.
no.
And if they are, the parent can pay. Any other questions? Or
You send that to me too,
I've got it a few down here too. Any other questions?
Could
All
you
in-
just make sure,
Oh, sorry.
make sure about the times of the
Yeah.
pickups and buses, and if the kids
Well,
can do it.
they're gonna do all that. I'm just, they're doing that.
All right.
But they told me on the phone today that it would be working out. So, I mean,
All right.
I assume they know what they're talking about. So maybe some kids will come in at 6:30, Some may come in at 6
Or 7.
or 7, an hour and a half. You do whatever. Okay.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion carried. Very good, guys. Thank you. Linda, did you get the email in the end? Was it, all right,
No,
I'll,
just forward it, please.
okay, and then you let them know.
Yes.
Thank you. I will send that off to you right now.
For this,
Yeah, but I had to give it to Linda, but I will now. There. Now, CAO report is next. Yeah.
CEO was put on under new business with their river lighthouse.
Oh, I apologize.
Yeah, that's the first thing on the agenda, so.
Okay. You guys put it under new business, that's fine.
No, I had added it to my,
Okay, yours.
added it under requests and decisions under my report.
Oh, okay, sorry.
And I don't have, you want to start? on
Yes.
this? I don't have any documentation on it. I had a brief conversation with Gordon. It's regarding the process of the divestiture of the Bear River Lighthouse. And the community group has asked, or has agreed, they would like to see the Bear River Lighthouse designated as a heritage property. And what they're looking for is council's approval on that, is to have the Bear River Lighthouse designated as a heritage property. And that doesn't, in terms of, you know, our ownership of it, or really it just means that we can't change the outside looks of it, you know, it has to stay basically looking like it does now, then, you know, we can't paint it different colors or put vinyl siding or anything to change that on it. Basically, that's all it is, just have to pass a motion to have, the Bear of Life declared, heritage, or property.
Well, I'll make the motion and that the River Road House is given the designation of a heritage property.
Is there a seconder?
I'll second that.
Any discussion?
Does that have to go through any, provincial?
Well, this would be this is the provincial designation. I think the next step would be to put it through, to have Rob look at it to become a municipal heritage property as well. This one, the paperwork is pretty much in place, it's very simple.
Any other questions? All in favor? Contrary minded, motion carried. Any other decisions or direction
That was
requests?
the only request for the direction.
The next is the meeting reminders. Just a reminder that April 2nd is now our next date instead of April the 1st, for it's Good Friday, and I thought I saw it here, okay. March 28th is for Maritza is the Digby source water protection. April the 8th is Committee of the Whole. April the 22nd is Council. April the 29th is Bylaw and Policy. And April 15th has been canceled and postponed to May 6th at 5 p.m. for transportation.
There's just one other change, the April 2nd bylaw and policy meeting, we agreed to start at 6:30 instead of 6 to allow council to attend the presentation on the Medibus that is being done at the town hall. We just mark that in here.
Yep.
6, right?
It's at 6.
I'm interested in what they're gonna say, the lady bus.
And you can go from 12 to 6 and look around and see it's open for
I think we
viewing.
sent the invitation around to council.
Yeah.
Nice reminder.
What's the mini bus?
So
That
that's
is-
what we're gonna find out.
Oh, no, but it's,
Okay,
It's very smart.
it's supposed to be, a company has what I've heard so far, I don't know how true it is, has got buses, and in it they will be doing blood work, there will be, I've been told, a doctor and some, nurse practitioners.
well, these are
and
ones
others.
traveling around the,
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
and there will be a cost
Clever, really.
to get your blood drawn.
Oh, so it's not,
It's not free now if
well,
you went into Weymouth, but if you went into Weymouth, they have it drawn, you pay. If you go into Matag and
Oh,
have it
yeah.
drawn, you have to pay. You have to go to the hospitals to get it free.
Oh,
And people sometimes make a decision it's cheaper
not
to
to
pay,
drive.
yeah,
Yeah.
because of the cost of gas, whatever.
That's another.
But I really don't know a lot about it as of yet,
okay,
just
no, I
little
had
bits
heard-
that
yeah,
I got a
somebody-
call one night from a guy in Halifax who asked, would council be interested in hearing about it, and I said, yes, we would. I can't tell you, I was waiting to hear more, I gave him my email, but it went through the town, so as long as we're there to hear, I think that's the important thing. Yes, Deputy Warden.
Had a couple comments about the updates from previous meetings.
Yep.
For that. At the last waste check meeting, we were asked to find out about the mercury and fluorescent bulbs and what happens to it. And when they crush the bulb, they have a special equipment for crushing the bulb, and this equipment captures the mercury, and they dispose of it appropriately. And also, we were asked about the medical waste from homes ending at curbside, and we were told that that's being worked on right now, so just asked us to hold off on writing letters because there's work being
Oh,
done.
that's what I told me, we already sent our letter as
I
per
know.
request.
but we said that our letter had gone, but they said that was okay, but anybody that hadn't sent one, they were just asking them to hold off and sending any more at this time.
They were surprised we were so efficient. Sorry.
I have a question about the light bulb thing. That's not common technology, is it? I thought I read that there wasn't anywhere in Nova Scotia to get rid of those light bulbs in Mercury.
They have a bulb, are you talking about the new LED ones or the old fluorescent
I'm
ones?
thinking of the LED ones.
But the fluorescent ones are preferred. Brian.
Oh, okay.
The
Nice one.
mercury and the fluorescent bulbs.
I didn't know that.
Any other comments from updates from previous meetings?
I just actually, looking for, it's back from,
Yeah, there's still-
I think probably a year ago, the first item, the Briar Island Travel Center, is that something that I can take off the agenda? Is that something?
Here's something, I'm wondering if a person that lives for 4 months a year and lives in another country, if they can be, no. All right. Yeah, I'd say take it off the agenda and see what if they want it to come back, they can. It has been sitting there for a ridiculously long time. And I have talked to them a few times about this, like more than a few times. And, well, I suppose we'll just take it off to possibly put it back in. How about, well, he should be coming home very soon. It'll be,
I can leave it on the agenda.
Yeah.
So you're waiting for an answer from the village of Westport?
yeah, from the third member of the commission.
I just wanted to make sure it was still relevant.
It might be. I can't say for sure.
Councilor Adams?
I'm just wondering where it is spring, are we any closer to getting any signs from the Booth side, or haven't heard anything from them lately?
The last update I had from Rob, indicated here, that they were close to having the signs fabricated. So, but Rob did mention that the art gallery of Nova Scotia has been very good in staying in touch and being on top of it.
Well, that's good. Just, there's a little misprint in that section where it says they have also, it says committee, it should be committed, I think, to spending more funds on the site. Okay.
No,
that was it, no.
Okay.
Well, one of the things that I wanted to mention too is that the federal long-term infrastructure plan that was on here and it's got status, we're waiting for, what the UNSM had for the commission, but I think we could take that off there now because after the budget, the federal government this week, they've actually looked at the requests of municipalities across the country, and I think they did a great job in acknowledging the fact that there is an infrastructure deficit in this country, and I was really pleased to see that the gas tax money now is going to be a lot broader usage. We're going to be able to use it for recreation, and I can't remember all the things right now off the top of my head, but it's really good, and that 10-year plan, so.
And everyone was sent those highlights, so, which are good.
But I mean, I'd like to make a motion that we write a letter to the FCM president, thanking the FCM for the work they've done in regards to this file, because this is a benefit to all municipalities across Canada. And without the work that they've put into this, this wouldn't have happened.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded, motion carries. So if there is no further questions, our next would be the payables in the amount of $337,237.24 that need to be paid.
I move that payments in the amount of $337,237.24 be made.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded, motion carried. Now, the next we have is the low income tax exemption. And,
That's kind of over on the other side.
and what it is, it's pursuant to the low income tax exemption policy, number 2010. The municipality hereby grants an exception from taxation, operating as a reduction in the 2013-2014 taxes otherwise payable to the municipality in respect to a property in the amount of $175 for owners of properties whose 2012 income from all sources does not exceed $22,000.
I'd like to speak this one.
You gotta move it first.
I move that pursuant to the low income tax exemption policy number 2010, the municipality hereby grants an exemption from taxation operating as a reduction in the 2013-2014 taxes otherwise payable to the municipality in respect to a property in the amount of $175 for owners of property whose not being plotted 12 income for or from all sources does not exceed $22,000.
Is there a seconder to that motion?
I'll second.
Okay, discussion. David, you want to do it first?
I see lots of benefits to this. Any amount of money for the people who are very poor that we get put back in their pocket will be spent in the community. It's not like they're going to spend it on their condo in Miami. Another thing is this takes the burden off of the elderly, people on pensions, working poor families, and it's also an encouragement for those people to pay their taxes quickly because the only way they're eligible for the amount is if it is quickly paid. And so we don't
If the taxes are
Yes.
paid previously.
Yes, and it's an encouragement also to keep, say, older folks in their homes and not having places or property foreclosed via taxes not being paid. And this is one of those things that I think really make a positive impact for all of our districts. It's one of those rare things that is unequivocally equal. We all have working poor, and it is a issue here. $25 may not seem much, but $25 are a lot of people where that actually is a lot of money. And I would hope that people would be willing to support this.
Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded, motion carried. Next. The next is the policies. HR policies reviewed March. And we would like to start with the HR policies.
I'd like to move the revisions of March the 2013 to the policy, job description policy.
All in, sorry, is there a seconder?
Sorry, I haven't read this yet. Okay. I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded, motion carried.
So just suggesting you may want to, the council reviews them.
I have read, I just
We
didn't want to
never
do that.
reviewed at the bottom of the policy, we wanted just to pass one motion to approve all of them, so we don't do just like anything.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll move then policy number 2, job description, policy number 2, staffing, policy number 2, new employee orientation, policy number 2, performance management, policy number 3, employee attendance, policy number 3, overtime follow pay, policy number 3, hours of work and paid rest, policy 5, group benefits, revised policy 5, maternity and parental leave, policy 5, service recognition, policy 7, suggestions and complaints, policy number 7, sexual harassment, policy, or, no, that's it.
Is there a seconder?
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded, motion carries. Oh, there it is. And then the next is the municipal advisors report. Any questions or concerns with that? I do not believe we need that approved, because it was came from different our information. Next, correspondence information items. 2013 congratulations invite from Model Community. Commissioner Rose. Canada Post Weymouth, rural mailbox safety. Introduction of the Miss, down the heck with it, the little car, electric. Environment Office of the Minister of Biomedical Waste, and Nova Scotia Economic and Rural Development and Tourism Potty Power Service Site Selection and Development Plan. Is there any questions or concerns over those correspondence?
We was sad to see the $8,000 come from the government for the tourism title power service selection and development plan. It's nice to see them getting in on this positive development. I sound quite politicky there.
Okay. Next, council committees. Committee of the Whole recommendations. Dan Harvey for provision of counseling services to business clients in the municipality of Digby.
Also move that we acquire the services of Mr. Dan Harvey for the provision of counseling service to the business clients in the municipality of Digby until the RAN is up and running.
Well, the contract that we're entered into goes to, for April, May, June, to the end of July.
Okay, so.
And it can be extended.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'll move that the agreement it goes to the end of July.
Is there a second?
I'd love to second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded, motion carried.
And just a little bit of background, that basically this, currently Dan Harvey provides the business retention and expansion program for the ADITA, which is the RDA, which officially closes March, the end of the month. So what council has decided to do is to contract with Mr. Harvey privately to continue providing the services to the businesses in the municipality that has been working with, so that there wouldn't be any gap of mentoring or counseling between the time that the RDA is closed to when the startup of the new REN. So that's basically what this is.
You want to?
Yeah, I'm just very pleased with council's decision on this. I think it's very forward-thinking and proactive, and I think this is a sign of very good and sensible government. Picking up where the slack's let off and making sure that our businesses are serviced and our community. I'm very pleased with it, very pleased.
Okay. Next is an agreement between the municipality of District of Digby and the Digby and Area Health Services Charitable Foundation and Dr. Jody Taylor.
I so move that we enter into an agreement between ourselves and the Digby and Area Health Services Charitable Foundation and Dr. Jody Taylor.
Okay.
I'll second
Is there, all in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded, motion carried. I jumped and did the bylaw and policy recommendations under three.
Did you see that?
Yeah, you threw me for a loop on that.
I just like to be different once in a while.
He threw me for the loop.
Well, you gotta keep you on your toes, Pat.
We want to make sure that you're so pleased with us that you have a good night, that we go, yay!
Yeah.
Always.
And jumping all over the agenda is a wonderful way to do it.
Oh, yeah, right.
I do apologize.
I couldn't find it.
I missed. The next is the advisory committees. Digby Source Water Protection Advisory Committee, the meeting is scheduled for March 28th. Councilor Adams, do you have anything to comment?
No.
Next is the Heritage Advisory Committee, Councilor Tudor, Councilor Adams.
We haven't met since the last meeting.
No.
Okay. And aren't you the chair?
Yes.
Okay. So perhaps we could switch that around, put the chair in front, if you don't mind. Planning Advisory Committee, Warden Gregory, Councilor Adams, Councilor Tudor. We have an up-and-coming meeting, April
16th?
9th, I
The
have.
nine,
it
I
down.
have.
9th?
And I'm all paranoid about it.
Yeah, Article
It's down, yeah.
19,545. I really like that.
And we are working on the Conway planning, and it's going slowly but surely. We are making nice progress, but we're not jumping the gun to go too fast.
There's a few things in my political job that I enjoy more than erasing a baloney, well, a law that I don't see as particularly useful in that community. It does, it gives me a feeling of joy. It does. I'm probably the only person in the world that has a lot of fun in that. Probably the only person that ever moved.
We believe it, David.
I love it.
The next is our police advisory committee, and we're now looking at changing the date. Was that,
No, we had originally at our last meeting had chosen April 16th for
Yes.
our next date, and then I think
We
we
were
were
away.
advised that the warden and Councilor Adams were going to be away, so we had thought we would postpone it, but now I understand we will be around.
yes, because it's been canceled. It's
So we can
property,
go
yeah.
forward with having that meeting on the 16th as previously scheduled.
Police, no, not police advisory.
That's
Yeah,
police advisory board.
Yes.
That's usually, that's here,
Yes,
Police advisory.
6 o'clock.
in the boardroom, yes.
Okay. Next is the Greenroe Advisory.
Sorry, I picked
Oh, I'm sorry. Greenroe Advisory Committee, Warden Gregory, Deputy Warden McAlpine. You have the minutes of August 2012. We just met last week. Our new chair is Deputy Warden McAlpine, and it was done very fairly. We said, who isn't here?
Yeah, me.
And you weren't here. So we figure next time you'll be to the meeting.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to be now when the chair. Meeting's called the chair.
I know. Actually, there is going to be a tabletop exercise coming this fall, and we are also going to be at the fire truck rally, setting up a booth and doing an awareness
Okay.
for emergency, I can't even say it again,
Preparedness.
preparedness. I want to say pepper. Nice to drink so much. Western Regional Housing Authority, there has been no new report, and our Fitzgerald is still our,
He is, I did finally get a hold of him, and he has agreed to be appointed to the committee.
the next is our Regional and Joint Committees. Age-Friendly Community Planning Committee, Councilor Adams.
We haven't met since the last meeting, and Don was at a presentation, which I haven't received anything on, and obviously you haven't either.
No.
Okay, so there's nothing new.
Okay. Airport Working Group, Warden, Deputy Warden McAlpine, Councilor Adams.
There's been no meeting.
Annapolis Digby Economic Development Agency,
They're gonna be, oh, sorry.
Councilor Tudor, alternate Councilor Adams.
They're gonna be sending out some documents pertaining to the wind down for you tomorrow.
Okay. Bay of Fundy Marine Transportation Association, Warden Gregory, there's the minutes of February and new release. There has been a meeting with Greg Kerr. We are looking at having another meeting with him since the new budget has come forward. We know our funding runs out next spring. We need to do something in between. There is talk of the cost of the vessel being higher than anticipated. The cost of the vessel.
Oh, okay,
If-
sorry.
If we look at the vessel, they're talking, it may be higher than what they anticipated for like an older vessel. But anyway, we're not sure when the meeting will take place, but we're hoping within the next 3 weeks with our MP, Greg Kerr. We also, when I was in St. John, I talked with the deputy mayor there and asked them if they would like us to do a presentation on the ferry, and, because it's a new council, and we wanna make sure everyone's up to snuff. So, I have not heard back from her, at this time, but then she was going away on vacation, as soon as the mayor came back. Next, or any questions?
That's good.
Okay.
It seems kind of a positive thing that they're doing repairs up there. I mean, it's been
Yes,
kind
it
of-
is. It's keeping it definitely running,
Yeah,
which has been a good thing.
yes.
We've been in, Mike Adams is on our committee, as a resource, you know, he's been very, very, upfront and, you know, letting us know everything he can. Norm Lockyer is our vice chair and is doing an excellent job. Our chair, Jim Thurber, is away, for a few months. And, Norm has stepped right up to the plate, done an excellent job. So, and we will be having, another meeting coming up as well, ourselves.
Just wanted to comment.
The next is the Digby and Apples Development Report, Deputy Warden McAlpine, Councilor Tudor. We have the minutes of February.
And we had a meeting this afternoon. We've got some business we have to discuss later in camera, and also though some other camera business is that in the building where that we own, also where the RDA is located. Currently, the provincial government leases part of the building, and the board today agreed to lease the province some other space in the property, and the lease is till the province moves into the facility that they're going to permanently occupy, which is, I believe, the old library building down by the water. That's where they're leasing that from the Annapolis Basin Conference Center, but they needed some extra space until they can get into that building. So it was good for us to be able to lease this extra space to generate some extra revenue.
Okay. Thank you so much. Next
Excuse me.
is the Digby Area Learning Association. Councilor Manzer, we have the minutes of January.
Yeah, I guess we had a meeting in February, and there's nothing major in the meeting this week, so.
You have a meeting coming this week?
Coming this week, at the end of the month, so. It was a February meeting. I guess the minutes must be somewhere. I'll get those.
Once they're, when you
Once
have,
they're approved.
when you
Yeah.
meet this week and
Yeah.
they'll approve the February minutes, then.
Yeah,
In the
I'll just drop
package.
them off.
Yeah.
Oh,
Send
February
them all.
next year.
Okay, Digby Area Recreation Commission, Warden Gregory, Councilor Manzer. Highlights of the 2012 and the ALC, the AGM package, and minutes of November, January, and February are all there. I will like to say at this time that the municipality of the District of Digby and the town of Digby has been nominated, and we have won the Model Community of the Year for volunteerism. This will take place on April 15th. Mayor Cleveland and myself will be accepting the presentation
Where?
up in Halifax.
For the ticket.
The same.
Yeah. We will also be there with our 2 volunteers. This can only come once, it can never happen again, no matter what. I am personally very impressed with that. It's nice to know that we've done a good job with volunteerism. I really think, though, the work goes to DART. They've done a lot of hard work there. It's not us, we're part of it, but it's DART. It's the staff. It's them working with the groups. It's, you know, I mean, I think if we did not have the manager Bob Powell that we have there, it could be very different. And I can't say enough good about DART staff. So, to me, and we have a great staff here, and I'm sure the town does too, but I'm just saying for the volunteerism part. I mean, and our staff do volunteer, and our staff do work hard. But to me, really where that comes from. I mean, I'm proud that we do the Relay for Life. You know, I'm proud of the different things we did. We aren't in it this year, but I'm still proud that it happens and that Pat Stevens is our chair. Yes, usually Pat hits me up.
I just,
I think we'll all hit you up.
Oh, you don't?
we don't have enough people?
I have 8,
How many need?
preferably 10. We normally have 10.
Still,
Maybe I could put my name on it, but still go over and chaperone the ICS like always. It's not much of a difference, I suppose. I'll mention it
It's
to my
been
wife.
hard to go to two.
Pardon?
It's been hard to be named two. 'Cause you have to-
Well, I can, on, you know, on paper, I could be on your guys.
You
In
can't.
reality, I can be with the teenagers.
No,
Alright, thought I'd bring it up.
but it's awful, awful.
I have recruited George.
You missed
So-
the Digby area tours this week.
I will get back to that. You're right, I missed it again. I'll be honest, I've got new glasses. I broke my other glasses. And, on Sunday night, I was laying down on them and they snapped, I don't know why. So, these bifocals I'm not quite into. Michael said, you sure you should be driving? Oh, yeah, I said, I can see people, as long as they don't get in my way. Also, the Digby Area Recreation ice has come out of the rink, the arena, and it's forthcoming, I believe, this week for the curling club. Is there any questions? No? Okay.
is there any talk about doing the indoor walk? I know last year.
Yes, that is already taking place. That starts,
Okay.
I thought
She's
it
been
was,
cooking out.
What, the board chose to do it indoors?
yeah, for the arena, for the next
Not,
couple.
no, have the arena facility
Yeah.
open for people that want
Available.
to go at
Yeah,
noon.
it actually,
to go for a walk.
Kara sent us the email on Friday.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll send it over to everybody, just so they can see it.
I got it.
I remember seeing
Oh,
that.
Oh, I did send it out?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
Is that a weekly thing, daily?
Daily,
Daily, every day?
noon time. And it's a click around, or so many clicks, so many walks for a click. And they'll tell you when you get there. I did one click and nearly killed me. That was last year, that was my one and only, and I thought that was good, that should last me for another year. So this year I'll have to do 2 clicks, right? And then that was 3, and then that third year. Always be benefits of good health. In actual fact, I have a treadmill that I am going to use someday. It was bought for a gift for me, and I plan on using it when I retire. Next, Digby Area Tourism Association, Council and Manager. We have the minutes of January.
Yeah, they haven't had a meeting in February, they didn't have
The next is the Digby Harbor Port Association. You have the minutes of December and January. They're having a meeting on Tuesday, which on the 26th, yeah. I'm in Halifax to a Ren meeting, so I will not be able to participate. And they changed the date because there is a tender out, and they'll be looking at that tender. I am planning on getting to some homes to talk about the rock that will be coming out of the quarry on top of the mountain. I also am planning to have a public meeting, which I get to sit down with them this week and set a date with Jeff, the people that are in it, doing it, and ourselves, so that there's a lot of rumors out there on what's happening and when. And we know it's going to happen when the roads are open, and it's going to go to the end of November. They are going to follow the rules. We do have our noise bylaw that has been taken forward to them, so they know about it. So, but we need people to know what's going on. The rumor mill is just too high and too heavy. So that will be taking place. And they're not going out your way. I was sad. The next is the Digby Library Committee, Deputy Warden McAlpine.
No meeting.
Digby Municipal Fire Association, Councilman Manzer.
No, next month, no meeting.
Just letting you know when they are.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Well, not next month.
But it's happening.
Mr.
That's the
Shell from
big
the
thing.
airport let me know.
Oh, did he really? Is that how you found out?
Highway 101 Task Force. That would be
That was a joke.
Councilor Adams and Warden Gregory. And the minutes of March. Would you like to discuss anything from that meeting?
We had a very productive meeting. We're, have some plans going forward. We're going to have a meeting with the stakeholders at the end of May. We're still gathering some information for history. Anything else?
Press release. will be
Oh,
going
yes.
out.
There's a press release going out with comments from the warden from Clare, and the mayor of the town. So we're moving ahead.
Okay. Next is the Industrial Commission, Warden Gregory, Deputy Warden McAlpine. The minutes there of January, we just had a meeting.
We met on March the 20th, and we had a really good meeting, and we brought in Mr. Dan Harvey and Mr. Peter McClellan, and we had a really good discussion on our next steps on going forward. From the session, we decided that we're going to look at doing a strategic planning session to try to set the direction for the Industrial Commission, similar to what we did with the airport. Mr. Harvey commented on how positive the strategic planning document was for the airport and the work that was done. And he said it was a really good piece of work, and it gave good direction for the airport. And he felt that it would be good for the Industrial Commission to do a similar exercise. And we're also looking at some renewable energy conferences that are coming up to see where we can try to identify places where we can network and try to make people aware of our community, especially with the trying to position Digby Port for the tidal service initiative that hopefully will come forward in the future. So we still got other opportunities with renewables that we want to also address. And with the industrial park, we want to try to come up with a theme, trying to market ourselves. So that's going to be upcoming, hopefully in the near future. I think that's
We're meeting again this week.
we-
Hopefully.
yeah. We have another
On
meeting this
Thursday.
week. Yeah.
King's Transit Authority, Warden Gregory. Our actual meeting is on Wednesday evening, so I will not, I can't really give you any updates except Ron Mullins came down and he did his budget. There is an RFP going out looking for a new bus for us. And do we have to accept the budget for us, or how does that work?
That'll be part of our budget discussion.
Okay, in that process.
That's probably one of the first steps, that was one of the first things we'll do.
Okay. So, and after the meeting, I will have more next month. Medic, Counselor Tudor. Well, actually, Counselor
Needs an
Tudor was not
alternate.
available, so the alternate when Gregory went. And they have a new chair, which is Mr. Dontremont. Vice chair is Bob Hanspiker. They went over hoping to have some more doctors come in and look around. We have one doctor coming in on Thursday that I will be meeting there. He is familiar with the area, so he does not want any tours or anything like that. I am going to be meeting with him. They also were very appreciative of Councilor Tudor's different things that doctors can do. They said some of them sounded very attractive and
That's my part
interesting.
one of the 8-part plan, too. I got the rest, too.
Yeah, they were really impressed with that. There was several new faces around the medic board, which I was impressed with and saw. I see a possible slow change in the medic
Good, because
Slow change.
at first, my first couple meetings was them telling me that all I did was sit there, which really drove me mad.
So it is coming,
I'm glad to hear that, I'm really glad to hear that.
and I thought I sent over the minutes, but I couldn't have. Oh, I know why the minutes weren't approved, but we're not here. Next, that's true.
Mhm.
Next is Senior Safety Committee, Deputy Warden McAlpine, Counselor Tudors. We have the minutes of September.
We've met since then, but I'll let the councillor Tudor speak on it, he's the chair.
Oh, okay, so maybe we could change that one around as well.
Senior safety? We haven't had one since the last meeting. They only meet 4 times a year.
Didn't we just meet,
But for senior safety?
yeah, didn't we pass the budget and,
Yeah, it must have met since September.
yeah.
Oh, geez, so wait a second. When was the last meeting?
January.
We looked at the budget, we passed the budget at the last meeting. Remember?
Yes. I can't give you too many details at the moment. It's going along very well, same as before. I think it was, what, $800 less or $800 more than the last budget. It was almost identical.
I just want to say that, I believe John's doing a great job for the residents of this area, and, we continue to commend the work she does. It's really, she's a huge asset to the work for the municipality, the town, and the foundation. And, I can't, say enough. I mean, she does a great job. But from the meeting, I didn't really take notes here for today, because I thought.
Well, I can bring them up here in a second.
Keep on it.
You have the minutes? Would you send them on to that as well, please, in your last meeting? Would you like us to go on from that?
Do you want me to give the details for minutes?
Oh, okay, we got them
Pretty short, just the agenda, coordinator salary, I guess we went over that. Very happy with how things have been going with Dawn. As everybody knows, she's an incredible asset to the municipality as a whole and the program specifically. The coordinator's report, there was no major concerns. There was some talk about us needing criminal reference checks as per the, what was it called? The rules for the chair, sorry, for the board.
Would our council need criminal record checks on it? I'm sorry? He's saying that they might need criminal record checks, the councilors?
Because we're dealing with people in vulnerable, potentially vulnerable people, and there's such a number of those as well. I'll add that to the 6 things I get criminal reference checks already a year for.
No, we're gonna check out the, as a counselor, I don't think you do when you're on the board for us. We're already sworn under government.
She doesn't mention that.
Well, as a board member, we don't deal with people.
You're not on front line.
We don't
No.
deal with the people, so all we do is we meet with coordinators.
It wouldn't make sense to me, but I would like Linda to check on that and find out if you wouldn't mind, please.
Well,
I've never heard of a counselor,
There was some
if
discussion
you
on-
were on a board that was, we'll say that I'm on Conway Workshop, and it's nothing to do with council, yes, I have a criminal record check done. But as a counselor, if I'm on a committee, you don't have, you're already there as, under the trust of the
It's
people.
on your budget.
So it's staying, they're getting a lot done, and they're staying on budget, so.
Okay, so send that off. Next is Senior Safety Committee, Deputy Warden, Transport Declare Councilor Manzer.
No meeting last month, they had a meeting, but there wasn't a quorum, and, but I got together with Claire and one month, and just kind of went over things that was ongoing and, previous history of what was happening.
Digby Terrace, Deputy Warden McAlpine, Council Manager.
Tadley hasn't met, but we have a meeting this Wednesday, the 27th. That's their board meeting.
Oh, all right. Upper Clemens Park, Councilor Adams.
They had a meeting last Thursday, but due to my eye surgery and terrible head cold, I was unable to attend.
Perhaps they can send you the minutes from.
Yep, yeah.
I hope he's really better.
Somewhat, yes.
You can now see how good looking the rest of us all are.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, I'm
right.
past the worst part.
That's important. Waste check. Deputy Warden McAlpine and Warden Gregory. Minutes of June, November, December, January, and February. Reports, resource management minutes, and reports.
We met on March the 11th, and at that time we had our annual general meeting. We had election of officers. The chairman, Councilor Leo Anthony, is the chair. I stayed on as vice chair. Also, I serve on the audit committee. Warden Gregory serves on the human resource committee and the policy committee. After that meeting adjourned, then we had a regular board meeting. At that time, we discussed our budget, and with the waste check carrying a surplus in reserve that was higher than we felt that it had to be there, we've asked, well, we approved to have the municipal contributions cut in half for this upcoming fiscal period. Also, with lesser revenue coming in from the RFP to the solid waste regions, waste check management asked to take $50,000 from reserve to use for the upcoming budget, which the board approved. So, trying to think what else we did at that time.
We started on the budget process.
Yeah. Basically, and also, one thing I want to say also is that we've reached our goal. Waste check for the 4th year in a row is now going to be the leaders in waste diversion in Nova Scotia, and we broke the 300 kilograms per person barrier. We're now at 292 kilograms, and saying that that goal was set by the provincial government for all municipalities to reach by 2015, but we took it upon ourselves that we wanted to try to reach that goal by 2013, and I'd like to say that the staff have been doing a great job on education, and they continue to do that. With the curbside pickup, it's been well accepted by the members in the community, and they've done a lot of work with the business community, and through that they've established Business of the Month programs, which they continue to offer, and they also have a 300 kg membership, so they try to recognize individuals in the municipality that are exceeding the goals. So they plan on implementing a My Waste app for smartphones in this upcoming year. They continue to want to do improvements to the web page. We've got also a bilingual web page. It's both English and French. We continue to work on non-compliance, and through the enforcement officer that we have, he's doing a great job in trying to ensure that people comply to the regulations. There's been a lot of work done at education at the wharf, trying to get the fishermen to sort separate, bring their garbage ashore. Let's see. We looked at the strategic goals that the waste check had put in place, and we continue to want to enhance that and work on trying to improve, and we'll probably do a review of our strategic plan probably this year.
It will be a full day. last time we were at the Wesleyan Church. It was close by and convenient.
They're also, they've come up with a little door knocker, because they want to recognize people that are actually doing a good job. So when they're going to have these available, so when they go around, and if no one's home, they'll leave it there, but they just want to thank people for doing, they don't want to just go around and penalize people and say, and stick to their bags and leave them, but they also want to recognize the fact that people are doing a good job and they want to show that. So last year they started what they call hauler appreciation days, where they tried to go around and thank the employees for the different haulers. They plan on continuing to do that. They have a lunch for them, and I believe that there was good, because those people are on the front lines and they need to be appreciated and recognized for the work that they do.
Grueling job, too.
Yeah. I guess yeah.
Any other targets set for between now and 2015? Now we've reached the 300 mark. That they, but let's go for 260 or 270.
I asked that question, like, where do we go from here? And you know, I think that there is no magic number now below that. I mean, we want to continue to strive to do better, but we also need to recognize, you know, we're going to work with the money we have to work with, and try to continue to ensure that our diversion rates stay below the 300 kg. How low they get, we don't know yet. There's still room for improvement, and so we're gonna, I guess we're gonna task the staff this year to see how much better they can get with the program. But they've done a lot of good work. The education coordinator goes into the schools, and she's done a great job. We've gotten a better buy-in from other provincial departments. There were issues in the past, but I think that they've come a long way. So it's a matter of continuing to work with the business people, and we also, as a region, I think, you know, we've done things other areas haven't done, and that goes a long way in getting people to buy in. We've established 3 household hazardous waste depots, 3 public drop-off areas. So there's the recyclables are picked up in Clare, and they're also taken in Yarmouth. But the fact is, we've done a lot, and there's a lot of resources that have gone into garbage and solid waste. So, but we don't know where we're going to end up at that bottom, what that bottom number is going to be. But we want to keep seeing it go down.
You want to stay first?
Yeah, but nice to have something to shoot for too, right?
Well, we want to, the main thing is, we want to maintain where we are. We'd like to drop lower, but we don't want to start slipping back.
Yeah.
This 300 kg, that's the green bag solid waste stuff?
That's everything.
That's not even recyclable. That's like the green bag,
The diversion
The
rate.
diversion.
The
stuff that goes to landfill.
Yeah. What you divert from landfill.
We divert it from the landfill, so it would be your recycles.
Oh, it's the stuff diverted from the landfill.
Divert it.
Oh, okay. So it's a blue bag.
And our compost, and it's the diversion away from.
So compost and blue bags?
Compost, we count with that, because it's taken out of the landfill. So yes, it'd be good. Next is Western County's Regional Library Deputy, Warden McAlpine.
Yes, we just had a meeting last week, and it was a good meeting. I got a little handout here, I want to pass it to you. We've got quite a number of new members on the library board now. Just a few points I wanted to raise on something here. Like, in the past year, the in-person visits to the libraries in the Western counties was 163,000 people. We've got the 3rd best membership in total by percentage of population. We have 32.3% of the population that actually have a library card.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Materials borrowed in the past year, we had 272,000 borrowed items from the libraries. And we had third best materials per person, which was 2.64. And but I want to say though that we've just had a study. There's a study going on right now that the Library Association of Nova Scotia is working with a facilitator to do a study on libraries in Nova Scotia, and the province funded that by the tune of $200,000. My concern about it, 'cause I went to a session in Yarmouth a couple of weeks ago to meet with this person and with other board members, and one of the questions I had, it almost looked like they're trying to look at how they can come up with efficiencies and maybe downsize the number of library boards they actually have. So I wouldn't be a bit surprised that in the future you see them going in that direction, because right now, like in the western counties, we have a population of 58,443. In the Annapolis Valley, you got 101,000 people. And in Pictou, you got 65,000, South Shore, you got 57,000. So it almost sounded like they're looking at trying to come up with efficiencies. The one thing though that I'd asked to have brought up at the board, and I haven't talked to our CAO about this yet, but I'd like to know how much money totally we put into the libraries by the municipalities in our region. All we have for information is the operational funding, like how much money we put in, and the same as the provincial money, but we don't know what the capital money is that each municipality puts into the libraries in their respective areas. So,
Also, so that the communities own the libraries
That's right.
themselves.
so we want to try to gather that information so we would have it. It would be good information to have when it comes time to talk to the province about the funding, and so we're going to try to collect that over the next 30 to 60 days.
So you're a little concerned about our low population concentration being a problem when it comes to efficiencies. So is that correct?
Well,
Does that seem to be what you're getting at of it?
My concern is that the provincial government currently, the funding that they put into libraries, as part of the funding formula is based on population. And as our population continues to decline, that means less money. And yet our costs continue to rise, so to provide the service. And right now, the library board, we passed our budget, and we're very lean. We can't cut anymore. And it's just, you can't cut it, and we've kept the request to the municipalities is going to be to fund at the same level that we did last year, so, but there is no more wiggle room, so.
Do you want to comment?
Oh, no, I just wouldn't mind talking to Mr. McAlpine maybe afterwards, just a conversation in regards to that.
That's it for that.
Okay. And next is the Weymouth Doctor Recruiting Committee. Council Manager and Warden Gregory. I'm pleased to say that we met again last month.
We're in March, early March.
Early March. We have two people from the Weymouth Village Commission. We have Dr. Westby, we have a pharmacist coming on, we have Denise Terrio, who is a retired RN. There is, yes, the Claire CAO and the deputy, and the warden, that from Claire. It's a good committee. We are meeting in April with some students that are coming down for 2 weeks to do a little internship. First year and fourth year students.
First and second year.
Oh, first and second, okay. Second year. So I was very pleased that we have this opportunity to meet with the students and build up rapport, and that's what we want to do, is work slowly and walk softly and end up with some doctors in Weymouth.
Is
Counselor
somebody
Adams.
putting together some gift bags?
Yes, we are planning on doing some gift bags. I did a gift bag for a fourth year student, Dr. Dow, and he was pleased, except he thought they were both too big. He wears a size small. And I said that they were, we reorder, since we've got an order coming up. But we probably are going to get some certificates and things like that, with a lot of things, little things. But we will have them for April the 10th. We'll get bags for them. George, do you have anything you'd like to comment on the committee? I'm just so impressed with Dr. Westby.
Yeah, he's great to work with, and he's all gung-ho about getting another doctorate for the Wayne area, for
Very,
sure.
very retired.
Yeah, partly probably, so he can, or take it easy.
And we're looking at Nightingale for their charting, for their,
And they showed us around the clinic where, where we can accommodate 3 doctors.
it was impressive. And so after we meet with the doctors, and that all council will be attending, Clare Council has been invited, the doctors from Clare. It's going to be sort of, it's going to be a soft sell. It's not going to be come to Digby. It's just like for you to think about us. This is available, we work with the Clare group. Dr. Dontremont is fantastic as well, which I did not know until the other day, that he, 2 years ago, was nominated World Doctor of the Year and won that.
Yeah.
It's a very high esteem, and another doctor was telling me that. Had no idea. Because he doesn't let on about anything, he's very laid back, but for all that he does. I did ask him if there is a group going to Moncton, you have to be francophone to attend. And I did call Dr. Dontremont, but they are not going from Clare because it's in the middle of the week. You have 5 minutes. And he said if he had gone, he certainly would have spoken on our behalf, no problem for Weymouth, because they're going to work in conjunction with Clare. So, I'm saying this is a committee, if David says he has a committee that makes him feel real good all over, this is a committee that I'm thinking, we're going to do something, we're going to do something. And I hope that it falls out that we have lots and lots to come with. I think with Claire being on side and being there in the forefront to help us is the best thing in the world, because they are going to be full this year coming. Full. Not that they're not gonna have doctors retire, but,
Great.
so it's really great. Any questions on Dr. McCready before we? Okay. Next, council reports. Councilor Manser.
Yeah, for the meeting, for the month, I met with Clarendon about with transport to Clare, new on the board, and we hadn't had a meeting in February because we never formed, so he just brought me up to date on what was happening in the past and in the future, plans for the future. We had our Digby Area Learning Association regular monthly meeting, then our 3-day retreat, the doctor recruitment thing in Weymouth. I met with Aaron Colwell regarding the things he's trying to get in plan for seniors, the Yarmouth workshop with regard to budgets and stuff. That came in our dark meeting last week.
Thank you. Councilor Adams.
I also attended the retreat, part of it anyway. And I went with Warden Gregory to Liverpool to attend the workshop on budget and financing, which was really good. It's well presented, and there was a lot of interaction because there were only about 15 of us maybe, 15, 20, so there was a lot of talk, and it was really good.
You didn't comment about how we nearly froze to death.
Oh yes, that's why I got my cold. Part of the reason I got my cold. Anyway, yeah, froze to death. And also I'm in the process of organizing a public meeting for transportation. I had asked them the last meeting we had whether they'd be willing to attend, so right now, I think it's going to be April 30th. I've emailed Don back just to make sure, because that was the day that he said was good for him. And so Don, Brian, and the construction engineer are supposed to be coming. And I talked to Leroy Warner about the North Range Community Center, and it's available, so I'll just book that as soon as they confirm the date. And I would probably I'm going to put something in the Coast-Con as well as hopefully get some posters made and try to publicize it as much as I can.
Don emailed me saying that he was attending your
Oh, yeah.
policy.
But there's been some interesting stuff happening since then that I'll talk to.
Would it be afternoon maybe?
7 o'clock. The 30th, not good day.
Well, no, it's a sports thing clinic at the,
And they really want the board members there.
as many as possible. So that's for 6
Okay.
o'clock, so, anyway.
Can't do everything.
No.
No. Anything else?
No.
All right. Next
I'll talk about it.
is Counselor Tudor.
Oh, geez, a lot of stuff. I was able to hook up somebody for an electricity apprenticeship with somebody that wanted to hire an apprentice, so we may be in the very odd circumstance of somebody moving from Alberta to Digby County for a job, which is always a positive. I've been talking to Nicole Burkhardt from the Department of Agriculture along with Linda Fraser and Dan Harvey about putting together a plan on the islands to address population decline. I gave a speech on it in the Freeport Development Association the other day. It went over extremely well. I'm hoping that we'll be able to finalize a date sometime around the end of April. I'll be writing up an article due tonight at 2 a.m. tonight for the local passages paper. Quite a bit of stuff in regards to washouts and troubles with the plow tearing things up. But overall, pretty good. Of course, the food bank actually is doing better than ever. I've got a surplus of food at the moment. Usually I'm just holding on, so that's positive. And the wood bank's been used quite extensively as well. Yeah, been very. Oh, and I did my first ribbon cutting. I had the world's smallest thing to do with it, too. It was just one quick phone call about a fridge. That was the only thing that they insisted that I cut it with the oldest lady on the island, Hazel Tights. So me and Hazel each grabbed an edge of the scissors and snipped. So that was quite pleasant.
What was the ribbon cutting for?
It was for, yeah, of course, to get to the point, as talk about Hazel. Hazel's more interesting. The Women's Auxiliary is completely redone the kitchen. It's modern, nice, spacious. As somebody who's worked in that kitchen washing dishes and moving things around, it's a real nice change.
Which hall?
The Westport Park Hall.
Okay.
Oh, where's Hazel's from?
You don't know where Hazel's from? No, I don't know where.
Did it clear it up? I thought. No, just kidding. Yeah, it's been a very busy few weeks, in particular with trying to set up a plan to address population decline in a positive way rather than, adjusting to decline. Let's see if we can actually stem the outflow and through community-based initiatives, which is, I think, key. People are enthused about it. Hopefully it'll work. And like I've said in the past, because of the island obsessions with counting exactly how many people are there and how many buildings and how many are empty and all that, I suspect that this will be quite quantifiable. The results will be able to observe whether or not it is working. And there's several aspects to it. And I'll give more details after the next meeting.
Deputy Warden McElwain.
This past month, I attended some meetings in regards to setting up the regional enterprise network in the province, and tomorrow we have a meeting in Halifax where we're going to have mayors, wardens, and CAOs from across the province come in, hear the same message at the same time, and the provincial government representatives will be hosting the meeting, and hopefully after tomorrow, a lot of answers will be training session in Yarmouth, similar to the one that you took in down the shore. We had about 35 people attend the one that we went to, George and I went to, and there were people there from Bridgewater on the South Shore and up through the Memphis Valley and Bridgetown, so good attendance, and I think the staff and Service Nova Scotia did a good job putting it on.
Okay, thank you. I also attended the retreat with the rest of council. I did a talk on March 6th with the sibling seniors in Sandy Cove. There was a lot of people there. I was impressed. We had an interesting time. I also went to St. John and met with the deputy mayor of St. John, as well as Enterprise St. John. The mayor was there as well. I attended a benefit for Devin Jordan and 2 others. I also attended a doctor recruiting dinner on March the 13th. I went with Maritza, or Maritza went with me to the financial and budget planning in Liverpool. It was an excellent, it was just, our room was a bit freezing, like super cold. I managed to go to bed with my coat on.
You see, well, when it's cold.
Not
Yes.
that cold.
Clothes and coat on. That's how I went to bed.
The whole hotel like that, or, yeah?
Well, our
Well,
room
see,
was-
the rooms that we had planned on, there was a problem, and they had to put us into a room, yeah.
I don't think they had a heat on there
Did
in a
they
month.
charge you for the night or what?
Oh, yeah, but it was, the room was okay, just one of those things. The heat came on, by the time midnight came, midnight 1, it was hot.
No.
Then you melted. I also attended the medic meeting for David. I attended the senior days. They have a lunch and day for the seniors on the 21st, and I went over and helped serve and enjoyed ourselves. They are keeping with approximately 80 people to every monthly event they have. And the only other thing that I am going to the Ren tomorrow, as well as Linda. And then we are meeting on the 27th with the deputy minister to go over Colfax and see what we can do there. And that's all I have to say, except I was at church yesterday. That's what I meant. And the minister flashes on, and he wanted to give congratulations to my brother, who I did not know. I knew he was away, but I did not know he won. But Paul Gibney attended the Canadians, or the national powerlifting, and he won gold. He will be representing Canada in the Worlds in November in Orlando, Florida. So people came up to me after, and I said, I knew he was going somewhere to do something. That's all I knew. If the minister had, he said, so the minister came down, he said, did you watch him? No. So I was a real good sister. I knew nothing. And I am going to ask, what do you think? And I know this is sort of a conflict for me. Did we send him a congratulations? Yeah. I will get the proper wording. I'll probably call the minister to get it. Because I don't know. But anyway, he will be going in November, the minister said, to Orlando, Florida. So I think it's pretty sad when everybody else has to tell me what my family's doing. But I'm very proud of him, and I'm glad he did well. The minister said it's been 10 years that he's been trying to reach gold, and maybe this year. So, Is there any questions from the audience?
Is Paul home now?
No, he's not back yet.
You leave?
Next Thursday, 2 p.m.
She didn't know where he was going, she was going.
Actually, who could tell you is the minister, that's exactly what I was gonna say, is, oh my God, what's our minister's name? Andrew Mavis. He could tell you. Honest to God, that's how I found out, was at church. And I don't think I mentioned it to
Good
my
thing you went to
mother.
church.
I gotta do that this
Can
week.
I get a copy of the Y correspondence, the request about the bus? Just so I know what's going on there. You guys
Yeah.
drew that, right?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure, I wasn't clear though with the motion, like it was talked about, you said that, parents wanna take their 6-year-old. Is that gonna be part of the?
Yes, yes, it is.
Parents will be able to take their kids on
Yes.
the bus?
Yes, they would be free.
Should there be some sort of mechanism where?
Well, they're gonna tell the bus driver they're going to the Y for that. There's nothing else you
All right,
can
well,
do.
there you go, yeah.
The trail planning RFPs, has the tender been awarded or where's that?
I know the date closed last Friday, so there's been nothing, Lynn's been away, so.
Wait till after vacation. And I'll be able to find out how much of a incentive we're giving to Dr. Taylor.
Yes,
I'll acknowledge that.
I'll be going.
I think, did you get a copy of the package?
I haven't had a chance to read it. It's in there. Okay. You're rushing around and there's that
I
little
think it
truck
should be
thing.
good.
Yeah, it
good.
definitely should be there.
That's all I have. This is our intern Sarah. She might have some
Sure.
questions.
Nice to welcome you to it. Do you have any questions for us?
Yeah.
Not off the top of my head, actually. About the Burns Hill property.
You guys are gonna talk about that tonight, right? And then who will be able to find out from tomorrow?
It would be Linda, if any decisions have been made.
I actually have a couple of comments to make tonight. You mentioned the Medibus, you weren't familiar with that. There was actually a girl from Weymouth, Trina Thomas, who got a job on that bus, taking blood. So we're pretty excited for her in Weymouth.
Is she a lab tech?
She just finished a course.
Very good.
I don't know exactly how, yeah. So she just finished a course last spring or summer, whatever, and she's got a job on that, so she's looking forward to that. They're living in Yarmouth right now. He got a job in Digby, so they're gonna be moving back in the area. They're moving back in our area, so that's all good news. And the other thing is when you get ready to do your gift bag for a
Yep.
potential doctor, we have a book at the landing called The Weymouth Timeline. You may get in touch with me and I'll give you one of those to put in. It's basically our timeline that we have upstairs for different events that have taken place in Weymouth since way back when Weymouth was settled,
Oh,
and some of the major events throughout the years.
we would need 6.
Yep, I will give you 6.
Okay. Thank you so much. Lovely. Is there any other?
Any other things? Any other things to give away? Paintings,
Trash?
Trash.
I would ask for us to take a 5-minute recess, and then we will be going into Hamlet. My cue to leave.